The honest truth, I went natural by accident. Hi, my name is Sandy Esprit. I'm a content creator here on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. I always say that really fast, but it's the truth. That's who I am. And thank you for checking out my YouTube video. I'm going to...
You'll see the difference now. If we change it, you'll know how.
Hi there, my name is Sandy Esprit. I'm a content creator here on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok. I have a blog, www.iamsandyesprit.com, and I would really like it if you would take this moment to subscribe to my channel, because today I'm going to share with you my natural hair care journey. All right, so what prompted this video is in a few months, in April, wow, this is coming like super fast. I get the privilege of being a speaker at CurlyCon, and CurlyCon is a conference for all curly hair, curly lovers. I was thinking back as I was writing this speech. It took me back to the beginning. Why? My why? You know, a lot of something as simple as a hair change creates a snowball effect of lifestyle change. It really started, I think the seed was planted a while ago, but it wasn't until my daughter was born that it became definite. You probably can't tell because my hair is in a bun. I have natural hair. But yeah, that's my hair. It was not easy for my mother to take care of my hair when I was younger. My strands were prone to dryness, and as well, it was very different from her hair. She has looser textured hair, softer to the touch. What would be considered more manageable, put some water in it, brush it back, she's good to go. Me, on the other hand, required a little more effort, and unfortunately products at the time that would have been greatly beneficial to my hair was just not available. It was not on the market. It was not easily found, so she did what she could. There were lots of tears. Getting my hair done was not fun. I fell prey to the hot comb, and my hair was just such a struggle. By the time I was 13, my mom decided to just, let's make everybody's life easier. I had my first box of relaxer. I had my relaxer, and I believe the relaxer she used on my hair was Beautiful Beginnings. I know a lot of people remember Just For Me. My mom had a terrible experience with Just For Me, so she was like, nobody's using Just For Me. But Beautiful Beginnings was the relaxer that I used, and I used it for years. I tried switching relaxer, but the strength, I'm not sure if it's a strength or it was too strong for my scalp. And I also have dandruff. I've had dandruff my entire life, so it's been a struggle. Once my hair was relaxed, I honestly thought my hair would look like the models. It did not. I was unable. I literally thought I would have this long, thick, voluminous, luxurious hair. It never happened. Just like we were clueless as to how to take care of my hair when it was curly, we were equally as clueless how to take care of relaxed hair. Relaxed hair is completely different. The chemical structure of the hair is literally changed. It is done not on a temporary basis, but it is done on a permanent basis. There is no water fix all. There is damage done to the hair strand, especially when done at home, because at times it was left out too long, not long enough. Certain parts were over processed because we were relaxing too early. If you have dandruff, you know the worst thing you could do when you're getting into relaxer is scratching your hair. And unfortunately, I was not always exercising the best. I was scratching my head. I suffered quite a bit. I've had chemical burns quite a number of times. I've had damage over processed. Hair just wouldn't grow. It was a struggle. My hair was the butt of many jokes because I was not allowed to wear extensions. By the time I was allowed, old enough to wear extensions, it was not, I just was clueless. I was really clueless as to how to best take care of my hair. It wasn't until the natural hair movement, that's what everybody calls it, but it wasn't until then when it reached Canada. Now, I know that in the States, it started a lot earlier, like in the 90s. By the time it reached Canada, it was, I would say, mid-2000s and 2010-ish. And I was still hanging on because I was so terrified of going back to pre-relaxer days when life was just really hard. Detangling was a hot mess. I mean, with the relaxer, my hair was broken and damaged, but at least I could run a comb through it. And I wasn't retaining any length whatsoever, but at least I could put a comb through it, right? So I started, picking up on the Texlax and, not leaving your hair as long, not leaving the relaxer or the chemical as much or as long in your hair and retaining a bit of that curl. And so I was like, okay, maybe if I can just loosen the curl, stretch the time in between, I'll still, it'll still be a relaxer, but not really, I'm Texlaxing. It gave me that loose curl, which I was like, that for me was what curly hair is supposed to look like. The acceptable form of coils and curls. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. The problem is I'm not a professional hairstylist, so I was unable to keep that up. There would be parts of my hair over the course of years where parts of my hair was straight, the other one was curly. It was just a hot mess. Unfortunately, I still wasn't retaining any length doing this stuff at home, trying to figure it out. My hair was still damaged. So I did that for like a good 5 years. My sister, on the other hand, had gone completely natural. I was shocked and impressed, seeing her make that transition and did it so seamlessly and smoothly. So I was like, okay, maybe it's time. And honestly, the only reason I went from Texlax to natural was because I kept forgetting natural by accident, getting to relax my hair. That is the honest truth. I went natural by accident. I just kept forgetting to buy that box of relaxer. It must have been God, because aside from that, I don't think I would have ever gone natural. I really wanted to keep that loose curl, even though I was not retaining length and my hair was not healthy, but it looked healthy. But I kept forgetting to buy the box. I wasn't doing it for like 9-8 months. I'm like, whoa, okay, like I have like this much growth that came in. That was very exciting, but the scraggly ends were not. And eventually I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna I keep forgetting anyways. Let me just take the stress off and just go ahead and transition. Now by then, everybody was transitioning. I was afraid of doing the big chop because of my position in church. I used to be a worship leader at a super religious conservative church, and cutting your hair was frowned upon. So I knew if I ever big chopped, they would sit me down and I would not be able to sing. And also I did not want to wear wigs or get extensions because I was broke. It wasn't gonna work. I tried my best to transition as seamlessly as possible. I did get comments, what are you doing with your hair? Why are you leaving it so curly? And I got comments at home, at church. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have the funds to get the products to properly do that transition. My curls look like they have volume. My ends just looked like scraggly ends. Like it was just bad. It looked terrible. After a while, I think I was done with it. So I started researching, doing DIYs using the LOC method, the LCO method. I would buy leave-in conditioners that were not fit for my hair, that provided literally zero slip. So detangling was a struggle. I did the overnight conditioning, sleeping in your conditioner. That did nothing. This was before they got bought by Unilever. Had it not been for Shea Moisture, that I could find at the African market stores, I don't think I would have lasted. That's pretty much my transitioning journey. I was very much tempted to go back and relax my hair because it was very discouraging, especially when you watch all these YouTubers say, hey, do this, do that, and you're doing it and you're not getting the desired results. There were girls that were coming on here saying, I grew 18 inches in a whole year. Meanwhile, my hair is literally barely making a difference. Or I would get the length retention, but my hair was greasy, weighed down, and it felt dry. Dry straw. When your face is breaking out because of all the products that's in your hair, that's frustrating. It just wasn't worth it. What's the point of hanging on to all this length if my hair just doesn't feel right and my face looks worse? So by the time my daughter was born, I knew that something had to change. I wanted my hair to be natural. I wanted to be that role model. I wanted to love my hair and to show my daughter like, hey, you can love your hair. There's nothing wrong with our hair. Our hair is amazing. But I needed to believe it for myself. I knew that I wouldn't be able to sell it to her unless I believed it for myself, unless I could genuinely not fear or dread getting my hair done. And a lot of the information that was out there just made no sense, and I was not seeing any results that made me want to love my hair. I didn't want to spend 12 hours washing my hair, especially since I have to do it every week because I have dandruff. All these hair products and the overabundance in the usage of these hair products is not making my hair or my scalp feel better. It's making my scalp feel a lot worse. Remember, I have dandruff. So I started actually researching from a scientific point of view. So I started researching trichology and looking into trichologists and licensed estheticians and hairstylists and what they were saying about hair growth and our hair growth. And that's when I really started to see a difference in the way that I saw my hair and in the way that I did my hair. We don't all have the same genes. That's the reality. We don't all have the same hair types. We don't have the same lifestyle. We don't live in the same place. My hair care journey and my hair care regimen has to be customized for me. I know my lifestyle. I know the way that I am. I am not fit to be a slave to my hair. Like, that's not for me. A lot of the times, one thing people forget to mention is hair care or hair growth is sometimes hormonal. If you're stressed out, your hair is probably not going to grow. The quality of the hair strand is not going to grow. Is not going to be optimal if you're stressed, not eating, have a poor diet. Like, the hair strand itself doesn't have enough of what it needs to thrive and to retain length. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about genes. Your genes play a huge part in how much length you can retain, because your hair has a certain point until it sheds. Shedding is normal. You lose 50 to 100 hairs a day, and we act like it's the end of the world. Let's not even go towards postpartum hair loss. Like, that in itself is a whole other beast. As women, we do so much. There's such a pressure placed on us to do it all, to be the domestic engineer manager, to be out there earning and hustling and you know, creating a life that is worthy of being lived in. To take, if you have a family, take care of your family. You gotta clean the house, you know, because if it's not done, who's gonna get it done? Which is a terrible way to live, by the way. If you rock your natural hair, there's this idea that your hair must look a certain way or else you don't know what you're talking about. If your hair cannot grow, you know, to your waist or to your bum, then there's something wrong with the methods that you are using. If your hair is not shiny or your curls aren't a particular length and diameter, something's wrong with your hair, and that is absolutely false. That is such a terrible, toxic narrative. I've reached that point right now in my journey where I'm comfortable and I'm loving my hair. I love my journey. I love my hair. I love the story it tells, because I understand that this is my crown. This is my glory. God gave that to me. And I'm proud of the journey. I'm proud of the steps that I've taken to make sure that I can live a life that I'm, you know, I don't mind sharing with others. That's my story. That's my hair journey. And my hope is that you fall in love with your hair, that you reach that point of satisfaction where you can be proud of your hair. You can be proud of the way that it grows. You can be patient with it when it chooses not to obey the laws of the hair gel. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.